Welcome back, guys, to another episode of Wine and
Whispers. You didn't like that?
I did.
Oh, okay.
Kick us off, girl. What are we talking about today?
Okay. So, as of late, I've kind of gotten into this new, well, it's not a new show. 7 seasons in.
What show?
So,
Do I gotta binge something? I'm ready.
You might have, yeah, so it's actually really funny.
Okay.
Cedric the Entertainer, Tashina Arnold, the neighborhood.
Well,
right?
Yeah, I have seen this. I haven't seen any of it, but yeah.
And it's really got me thinking. And, also we joke around from time to time and you hear people, like, adulthood is ghetto.
Adulthood is ghetto.
Parenthood is ghetto.
Yeah, I don't know that one yet.
It is. Sometimes sisterhood could be ghetto, And then when I say sisterhood, not like a physical blood sister, but like sisterhood, like
ghetto.
The hoods. Like
the hoods. All the hoods.
Can I just say the hoods?
The hoods.
So watching the show, it kind of ties into the different things because him and his wife are at a different stage of parenthood versus their neighbors. And then they also have neighbors, which is like 2 different levels of hoods. And then you have the brothers, which is a brotherhood. So like there's just a whole bunch of different
things. There's a lot of hoods.
And it just got me thinking, like, we didn't sign up for none of this shit.
No, we didn't.
Not one bit.
I'm glad you knew that because I didn't.
So let's uncork.
And unwine.
Yeah.
You got a hood that's hitting you hard right now?
I think every hood is hitting hard right now because you reach a point in life where you're no longer the child, so you're not in childhood anymore.
Okay.
You are an adult.
So I'm in adulthood.
In adulthood.
Which is whack.
And for most, if you're an adult, you're also in parenthood. So you're navigating those 2 hoods together, right?
Which is also whack.
Right? But then now you have to parent your parent.
Oh, so you got the people who are trying to live in adulthood, be a parent in parenthood, and be a child in childhood, but really it's a parent in parenthood. A parent in parenthood parenting parents.
Right.
That's a lot.
It is. And then you still have to be able to show up in your friendship hood. I know that I just made that up, but it's
the same thing.
It's a hood.
Right?
You got to show up in your friendship hood.
You got to
show up in your work hood, your sibling hood. You got to show up in your, I'm not even going to say parenthood. I'm going to say womanhood in terms of like motherhood. That's the word I was looking for. Motherhood. You see how many hoods there are?
But it's also
the hoods are ghetto.
The hoods are ghetto.
I'm going to rephrase that over and over again. I'm just going to they're ghetto.
Hoods are ghetto. But wait, so on top of that, you kind of said it your selfhood because that's also should be a hood.
Yeah. But you taking care of so many different
people,
things, people, like hoods. Different things that's the one that gets put to the burner.
All the time. Self-care is always last.
Always.
It's so sad. But here we are, living our best life, trying to be in our hoods, right? All of the hoods. And the hood that matters the most is the one that gets neglected the most.
Of course.
Not just
because all I wanted to do
it's trash.
Was go to bed past 9 o'clock and drink alcohol. That's all I wanted when they told me about the hoods.
So I didn't want that. I mean,
they lied. My grandmother always said it. She said, that old man lied to me. I was like, what old man? And she was,
did she mean her father?
No. She's talking about father time. She's talking about something. I don't want this. He can take this contract back. I don't want it. And I never understood it until I got to be an adult.
So, I mean, adulthood is trash. I will hands down agree with everyone about this, right? There has to be some good in it.
Going to bed past 9 o'clock and drinking alcohol. If you drink alcohol.
We all should drink alcohol sometimes. That can't be the only thing that's good.
Bills. Responsibilities. Having to show up and be present.
Stop talking.
No, I'm not. You're asking me to find the good. I'm telling you all the things that come with being an adult. That these kids are rushing to come to. And,
they don't get it, though.
We did. But at least our parents were like, you don't want this. I tell my kids they don't want this, but they still don't seem to understand that they don't want this. Because all they see is these social media people out here
living their best life on the TikTok
and not realizing that
supposedly making money.
Right. Meanwhile, they're having silent, and I'm not saying in the sense to make fun of them or to negate how they feel, but they're having silent battles.
They are. It's
because I sure as hell have a silent battle.
I've got a silent battle every day.
Right. Sorry, I'm leaning back, guys. I need to
lean back. Lean back. I just looked at you and felt it. Okay. Oh, shenanigans. I think that while we're navigating these hoods, we have to find how to make these hoods livable. And I say that because I think that we are a lost cause. And I don't mean that to be harsh, but we are. We are a lost cause because we're already currently living in these hoods. We're trying to navigate. And I don't think that we're going to be able to make these hoods enjoyable for us. I think we can make these hoods enjoyable for the people behind us. And I say that because we're currently working through the phase of trying to understand that the most important hood is selfhood. And that's how all the other hoods we get better.
But I hear what you're saying.
Okay.
My argument or my devil's advocate to that is we have a generation of
coming up
where they taking mental health days and they got no business taking mental health days.
They're using it a little bit too freely.
Exactly. So yes, advocate for self-care and selfhood and self-care. I said that twice, but whatever.
Self-awareness. Got you.
But there's a time and a place in which you want to be able to advocate for that. Or use it.
And they're using it. Well, I have a boo-boo on my finger, so I need a self-care day.
Well, I woke up today, I just wasn't feeling it. So
I don't feel it every day.
Right. And that's the part of the adulthood that adulthood is ghetto.
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 We in the ghetto.
Are you looking for another fairy?
I found one. It's right here. Hi. You know what also is a hood? Hair hood. Do you know that's a real one? Don't laugh at me.
Hair hood?
Hair hood. Yo, when I tell you that trying to find people or even a salon to understand my curliness, and it's because my curliness isn't an Afro curliness.
Have you ever tried Diva Curl? Diva Curl, they have hair care product, but I think they also have salons as well. And they are predicated to different curl patterns.
See, but I want a West Indian doing my hair. And I know that's just me being very picky at this moment, but I want a West Indian who's coming from my culture, who understands that I'm a mutt and I have Indian, Portuguese, Dutch, Chinese, Black, all of that. I feel like I'm missing one, but Trini, all that mixed in, which is what made my hair what my hair is today. Because you can't treat me like I'm a Dominican. I don't got Dominican hair. I mean, I do, but I don't.
You have your hair.
Right. Like it, and I don't see many people with my hair because my hair is also soft and it's thin. It's not thick. Just all right. So yeah, hair hood's a thing.
Okay. That's a new one for me.
It's a thing. It's such, if you want to, don't do it. It is, because imagine when you want to go natural. It's a whole different conversation as well. You need to find your own tribe that's going to be able to support that.
I didn't have that.
Oh, I'm sorry. I know people who had that.
I didn't have that.
Transitioning from going to wearing a perm and your hair was straight to natural.
Okay. I had people that I did ask, but here's the thing about that. It's the same thing that's going to be the answer for you. Everyone's hair is different. Even between my two girls, their hair has similar curl patterns.
It does.
But one is more porous and dense, and the other one is less porous and soft. And thinner, I'm sorry. It's not going to be the same. Same genetic makeup of who they are.
We're not the same.
But not the same.
Okay.
So you're never, people can tell you, oh yeah, this worked for my hair, that worked for my hair, whatever.
It won't work for my hair, possibly.
It may not work because just because it works for you doesn't mean it worked for me.
You're right. Okay, sorry.
I had people all the time telling me, oh, you should put this in your, you know how long before I finally found something that actually worked for my hair?
Long time?
A long time. I think since using Fenty, that's the first time.
I love Fenty.
Yeah, but before Fenty, I just struggled. I was when I say I have a closet full of crap.
Oh, time to purge.
Right. Time to purge.
Sorry. I definitely got us off on the different hood.
It is. It's a different hood. But it's needless to say, it's not a one size fit all.
No. Even in any hood, right? No matter what hood we're talking about, it's not a one size fit all.
And you need to find your people to help you get through the hood.
You have to have different people for each hood too. That's what I've also come to realize.
That's a good one.
Because people who are going through adulthood may also be going through parenthood. And so if I'm going through a different adulthood, like a newly married adulthood, I can't talk to someone who's in adulthood who is on Tinder. We have two different things and we're not meeting at the same conversation part,
right? At
the same part of our lives where we don't have different conversations. They're struggling just to find somebody to live with the rest of their life. Whereas I'm found my person and I'm now struggling with why are you taking all the comforter?
Reason and season?
No, because it can be, but I don't, because that friend I still love dearly and I want to see him every day, right? They haven't, their season hasn't ended with me. We're just in two different parts of our season.
Yeah, you can't vent to me. I can't vent to you because you're not going to understand my plight.
Right. But I can talk to you about the struggles of leaving corporate America.
Right.
And like work struggles and all that.
Or caring for an elder.
Right. But on that specific hood, we can't talk about it.
Nope.
But other hoods we can. So it's finding your happiness and your comfortability with everyone to talk about your different hoods.
Right.
That's also a hard one. Because some people don't understand. And they want to be your support system for everything.
But they can't.
But you physically can't do it.
How you going to help me through navigating? Like, I can't come to you and ask you to help me navigate tweenship.
No, absolutely. I can guess, but I'm not going to be helped.
Right. And I can't go to my sister and ask her to help me because she has a boy. And I have a girl.
No, they have two different problems.
Two different problems. So, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they lied to us when it came to parenthood and said, oh, have kids. Fucking lied. It'd be fun, they said.
But wait.
They fucking lied.
People keep telling me to go have some kids.
Okay. They are. They're little bundles of joy.
Yes,
yes, they are. They are. But no matter how much sense you try to give them,
they don't got none.
Which I can understand because you know what? Andre and I made a conscious effort to make sure that what we experience in childhood,
they don't experience.
We try not to bring it this time around and raise it.
So I like that you say that. And I like that because your childhood, I feel, or our childhood in general, we had different issues and problems than your kids would be experiencing now.
Right, because it's situational.
Or
environmental, rather.
Environmental. So I feel like no matter, you guys are definitely going to win, or parents in general are going to win that because you're never going to be facing the same issues that you were facing when you were younger. Yes, no, kind of, sort of?
I don't think the issues don't change.
Okay.
I think the manner in which they are handled or approached should be changed. Like, I see things that my daughter does that I knew I did too.
Okay.
However, the way it was handled with my mother when I was growing up, I choose not to handle it that way because it's not going to have the same effect. The consequences don't mean the same for them because environmentally it means nothing.
And you're two different people. So the consequences will never be the same for you two.
Right. And even then, you have the two kids. Well, I have the two kids, should I say.
Mm-hmm.
And who my little one is and who my big one is.
So different.
So different. The big one at the little one's age, I had to do a lot more redirection. A lot more reining it in. A lot more having to like, hey, I need you to look at me. Look at me. I'm the captain. Look at me. Look at.
So we definitely had her in class with her too.
Right.
Oh man.
But the thing is, when you look at the little one,
she's focused.
She's focused. Like every now and then, she's going to be a kid, and she's going to try it.
Of course,
right?
That's her job.
Your kid's going to try it because that's part of childhood that meets the parenthood.
Exactly.
And it's like,
what you doing? What? Do you really want to step across this line?
Exactly.
Because we can.
But she has a level of, I mastered the look with her.
Girl, wait, your little one has this level of, I don't give a fuck.
Really?
Yo, there are days, it's not all the time, but there are days where you say something to her and her look is,
no.
And I'm like, hey. Oh, that was loud. Sorry. I'm like, hey, what you doing? Okay, Miss Nikita. And she'll go about her way. But it's that moment where she's just trying to see if
she knows what she's doing because she tries to be cute with you. She calls Nikita, but Nikita.
And she knows, yo. And I just be looking at her. I'm just like, oh, you trying today. Go to your spot, little girl. Okay, Miss Nikita. Oh, girl. She got the moments. I don't give a fuck.
That I haven't experienced.
Don't experience it.
But I have experienced where if I tell her to go do something, rather than go do it, huggy.
Oh, she tries to cuddle redirect her. Nah, she don't try to cuddle redirect with me.
My older one is the I don't give a fuck.
So that's the one I don't get out from.
Remind her I can knock if you want.
Knock if you want. Absolutely.
And I'm like, do you really want to test my gangster today? I've done it. I've asked her a couple times. I'm not abusing my child.
No.
But every now and then you gotta scare them so they know not to fuck with you. Do you really want to test my gangster?
Yeah, I would do that.
Do you really want to test my gangster?
I don't. You know that I love you, right?
Oh, okay. Because I'm good. I'm gonna stretch this out for you, and you're gonna do it like I asked you.
I want you to know that try that again. I felt that in my soul. Oh my gosh.
I didn't think I had it in me, but they bring something out of you that you.
Oh, so I want you to know, I'm gonna be that mom.
Oh, okay.
So I babysat my whole life, right? And there was this. I had my cousin one time, and she really tried me one day. Ooh. I sat her down so fast, she didn't know what happened. And like when I sat her down, it was I sat her down.
How old were you?
I was in my 20s.
And she was?
13.
Ooh. Yeah, that's old enough to get
yeah. She wasn't a kid. She got and I was like, you really want to test me today?
Right.
Because I can sit with you behind here all day and I'm going to read my book and you going to do nothing.
Ooh. You got it in you. You can be a mom.
Yo, she straight looked at me and was just like,
I can welcome you to motherhood.
No. I already got my welcome. That was my welcome. One of these, I love all of my parents. One of these parents, okay, on a Saturday morning, yo, Miss Nikita, you've been married for 2 years now. I think it's a little, time. How's that going?
Time for what?
Time.
I know what it meant. This is me being facetious.
Oh, time.
I haven't given y'all a good word in a while.
That's facetious. A great word.
Okay. You're welcome. SAT.
Yes, all of them. I legit just looked at them. And at that same moment, one of these little kids came up to me. Miss Nikita, my head hurts. What do you want me to do about it? I'm not a doctor. Do you need some water? Did you eat today? Go have a granola bar. And then I looked at this parent and I said, I got 100 million of them right here. I think I'm good. And I got them from age 2 to 18.
Who's 18?
Nobody.
Oh.
But last year we had an 18-year-old.
Oh, okay.
So I get them from 2 to 18. I think I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you going to try and put motherhood on me? I'm not ready. I already got it.
But that's the thing that people don't tell you. Like, all jokes aside, you are managing adulthood, parenthood, and parenthood is a double-edged sword because it's parenthood with your own kids and parenthood with the aging parent.
Yeah. And you don't know that until it happens.
Yeah. And it happens like a crash because here you are trying to manage things between you and your partner.
That part.
Right? The household things to make sure they're functioning and runs if you have a partner. if you're a single parent, you're still trying to
Do the whole thing.
manage everything like that. And then you have to manage relationships with other people in adulthood, on top of managing the relationship with you and your kid, on top of managing the relationship with you and your parents.
It's a lot.
It's overwhelming. And if you are a single child and you don't have anyone to rotate that with, it makes it even more difficult.
Because then you're literally doing all of the work.
Because it's ghetto. Did I say that? I don't know if I said it.
It's the ghetto. Girl, it really is. Everything about adulthood is ghetto. I was really trying to find the silver lining today, and I'm just like, no, there is a silver lining. There is. I mean, we got to put duct tape on it, but there's silver lining. I will say that I appreciate the friendships that I've gotten out of adulthood.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Mind you, we probably have those friendships because we was going through something ghetto together.
That. Or through motherhood and a bonding, because you are now trauma bonding with the experience of being a mother, a new mother or seasoned mother.
Whatever it is, right? You're dealing with going through an aging parent, so that type of parenting. So like the friendship that you make are coming out of somewhere possibly trauma-filled. I don't think I would give up those relationships, anything. Those are definitely the bright lights, those silver lining of adulthood. That's all I've got about adulthood for the silver lining. The fact that I can travel, I gotta pay for it, but the fact that I can travel, I'm always trying to stamp my passport, so.
I'm gonna chew this.
She's a hater.
I can't. And that's like, you sacrifice and give up so much, and then people turn around and look at you like, well, we live life and do this and do that. And it's like, I need to be able to prioritize what's in front of me before I can do this and do that. And the people who can do it, praise be to you. But us little peons can't do it. And I don't want to call myself a peon because we're going to speak fruitful of ourselves.
Right, I know.
But it's not so easy.
It's not. I wholeheartedly agree with you. And we can't make it easy. Oh, I had water too. We can't make it easy. Because we've been put into this hole and we now have to climb out of this hole, right? But
what are you thinking?
That I still want to do it all. That even though I'm being forced in this hole, and even though it is hard, and even though I really don't like it most days, because some days I'm just like, why? I didn't choose this. I didn't ask to be born.
Okay, so how about this?
I still want to travel.
Tell me a moment that you've experienced thus far in adulthood that you can appreciate.
That I can appreciate?
Yeah.
It actually just happened.
Okay.
So I went to a party.
Okay.
And I appreciated the fact that
guys.
So we're all cuddled today. I can appreciate the fact that I made an impact on people's lives. I didn't know that I made an impact because the fact that they were coming out to talk to me about whatever problems that they were having, or they just wanted to talk to me because to talk to me. I didn't know that I was making this wide impact as I was.
As you never would.
I was like, I had no idea. I wish they had told me before.
Excuse me.
Whatever, different story.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, hey. Clickety clack clack.
No clickety clack clack today.
Okay. So that was a nice moment of adulthood, realizing that I was making this impact with these people unknowingly.
Okay.
It doesn't happen every day, though. That was like a once in a lifetime type of moment.
What's an experience where you're like, this freaking sucks? Ooh. Well, I'm getting stared down, guys.
I'll
answer too.
No.
You want to think about it while I think about mine?
No, I've got it. Having bills piled up and not knowing where I'm gonna get the money from.
That's crazy, right? That's the shit I'm talking about.
And it's not even that. I can get the money, right? I can. But it's getting the money. It's having these bills go like knock, knock, knock every other day on my door saying, hey, you owe me some money.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at my bank account and I'm just like,
this was supposed to be cushion.
Right. And now it's gone. And then I'm like, well, now I got to put cushion back in. And then I don't know, I'm getting that cushion from. So like not having money, that's what it is. Not having money. Oh, it's stressful. I hate adulthood.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's trash.
I can say for me, it's encompassing of several hoods together. As much as it can make me feel like I'm on a roller coaster, I do appreciate motherhood. I do.
Have kids.
I joke around all the time.
You see the face though when I said have kids?
Yes. I joke around all the time, especially in front of my eldest. I'm like, have kids, they say. Because when she does something, I'm just like,
because why are you doing that crazy?
Did you ever see that episode of The Cosby Show where he goes and talks to Theo and Theo's giving his reason as why he should love him for the way he is? And he's like, that's about the stupidest thing I ever heard.
Probably. I've seen almost all the Cosby shows. All of the Cosby Show.
Andre and I look at our eldest sometimes like that. Like I look at him, he looks at me, he's like, I'm not going to entertain that because if I entertain that, that means she thinks that she did something that made sense. And
she didn't.
No.
I know she didn't.
So all the time I'm telling her, I was like, and they told us to have kids. She hates that I say that.
She deserves it.
But I do it to be comical because if I allow myself to really pay attention to the things that she's saying, it's giving me plenty of things to have to roll back and laugh about. You know what I mean? Because I can't wait to throw in her face when she's older. Like, do you know how many things I have sitting in the Rolodex waiting for her?
No, you do not.
I do. I sure do.
Girl,
we prayed that she was a Sagittarius and she wasn't a Capricorn, because if she was a Capricorn, she would have hated us as parents. We're too goofy and too like jokey for a Capricorn.
Okay.
But as a Sagittarius, sometimes she's a little too sensitive and sometimes she catches the joke.
She is sensitive.
Yeah.
She's low key sensitive. She don't want nobody to know it.
Yeah.
But I just be looking at her like, I see you.
Right.
Go over there.
So I love for those moments, especially those moments where she comes to me and she's like, Mom, look what I did. Like the other day she came to me and she was like, Mom, look what I did. And she made me take a picture of it. Like, what was it? Of all of these drawings that she did.
Oh, at school?
And just in the house. And these are the moments where I'm just like, I love to big her up for it.
Oh God. Yes.
I'll insert it for you guys. We'll do another insert.
I love it.
Right? And then the little one, she's like, I can't draw. I said, it's okay. You have your own talents.
Right. You don't need to draw.
Because she's like, not to say that my eldest is not affectionate, but the little one is overtly.
She's very affectionate.
And I love that. I love that they're in their individual. So that's my highlight, right? My highlight is parenthood because it's like, damn, I really made these two people. Well, not by myself, but I really made these two people. You did. And I'm keeping them alive still.
I'm keeping them alive.
Right? Like they're still breathing.
Yo, I'm done.
I actually made two people.
Two, not one. Two.
And they're still breathing.
Living to this day.
I've kept them alive.
I'm done.
Listen, although Mimi was my accident-prone baby.
Mimi was accident-prone?
She was my accident-prone baby.
Really?
The amount of time she's fell off in bed. Yeah. The first time she fell off the bed, I called my sister. I was like, I'm a horrible mother. They're going to come take me.
They not coming to take you because she can't tell nobody that you done had her fall off the bed.
Yeah. At the same token, the worst experience is parenthood.
You are not telling me it's the same thing.
I have to. Because I need you to know the truth. Because there's always a joy and a pain that comes with everything in life, right? There is. It's facts of life. You take the good, you take the bad. The facts of life. The facts of life. Facts of life. Okay. They don't talk about, and again, we already have her lined up. She's coming. She's coming, guys. She's coming. I promise you.
She's coming.
What's coming? My sister.
She is coming.
Excuse me. Baby blues is real.
Oh, I know.
I didn't experience it in the same capacity with my eldest.
Okay.
that I did with my youngest.
But you did experience it.
I think I tell people this because I need people to understand that sometimes you may be going through things and people don't know that you're going through things.
Of course.
And if you're really, really in tune with your partner, if you have a partner, right, after you have your kid.
Because you may not.
You may not. But if you have someone there. Anyone there who's in tune with who you are, give them grace if sometimes they may seem a little bit overbearing because they recognize you're not yourself.
Because you won't be.
You won't be.
You just lost 25% of who you were for the past 9 months.
But not even that. It's the nuance of getting to know each other, mother and baby. It's the nuance of you're used to the outside world. They're not.
They have no idea what this world is.
So, story. And I think I've told him this, but I don't think he's really, really let it sink in. And I tell this to people all the time. I don't think I've ever... No, I'm not going to say it like that because that's not true. I do appreciate him. I think in that moment, there was a level unlocked of appreciation for my husband that was never there before. Because with my first one, I was at home with my mother, so I had my mother's support. This time, it was just he and I and Anella. She's too little to...
What, 5-year difference?
6-year difference. So, he was doing a graduate chapter thing. And so some nights he was there, some nights he was not there.
Right.
This particular night he was there. And not all baby get colic.
But some do. And some get it bad.
Some get it bad. Some get it for a day. Some get it for 2 days. Some get it for a week. Some get it for months.
You say months?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Poor babies.
But there's no rhyme or reason what it is.
No.
It's just, it is what it is. Nella spoiled me. Nella was not a colic baby. So I was like, oh, this is a breeze. But I also jinxed myself, right? Because I was like, oh, I'm sure she'll probably give me problems later. That's a whole nother story. She doesn't give me problems, but I do have my struggles. I don't mean it in a negative way. Again, parenting is highs and lows. I was so distraught because Mimi was having a week of colic. And I was just so over the colic. I was so baby blued. I sat up in the bed with her, tried to console her, tried to comfort. I was just so sleep deprived. And he was just coming in. This had to be like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning.
That's late as fuck.
That's late. And I looked at the baby. I looked at the ground. I looked at the bed. I looked at the baby. I looked at the ground. He's like, let me take the baby real quick.
Yeah.
Let me take the baby real quick. You
need a minute.
Go get your rest. I was ready to chuck her.
I can imagine. I can't imagine.
The bed was my brain saying, you can't throw your baby.
But the ground was looking mighty good.
The ground was looking good because of how, like, and you know, they say there's the advocacy for women talking about postpartum. That's not the word. What's the word I'm thinking of? Not baby blues. Baby blues is the generic name, but there's an actual name. Depression. Postpartum depression. I was really in the center. That's the first time
you experienced it.
I experienced it.
You acknowledged that you experienced it.
I acknowledged that I had. No, I really didn't have it. I was overwhelmed easily, but I never had thoughts that were beyond, I'm overwhelmed. This was extreme for me because I really just wanted to throw her.
Because it was a lot.
It was a lot.
You went through a week of it already.
Yeah. So and
part of you were alone.
Right. And these are the things they don't
talk about it.
They get you excited about baby. They get you excited about the joy of having the kid.
Sure do.
And it's have kids, have another one. When you gonna plan for the next one? Da, 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 da. But they fail to remind you the struggle that comes after because your hormones are coming from such a high to come back down. You're just like, what do I do with all this?
You don't know.
Your body doesn't know what to do. So your body starts thinking irrationally. And it's not that the mom doesn't care for her child.
The mom cares.
It's the furthest from the truth.
Right.
but they're just so overwhelmed that irrational thoughts creep through.
Absolutely. That's what PPD is all about, right? That it's the baby blues is just having those scary thoughts be prevalent in your brain and come to the forefront of it.
Right. And so this is why I said motherhood is it's a beautiful thing.
It's a scary thing.
It's a scary thing. But when you create that community,
it's a beautiful thing.
It's a beautiful thing. Because the next morning I called my sister and I was like, this is what happened. And she was like, okay. You were able to acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
You're able now, again, I'm speaking about my sister because she was
there for you.
Right. Everyone I knew.
She was the village that you needed because she understood the hood you were going through.
Exactly. Especially because she was my doula and she knew, that postpartum could be different for everybody.
It's like you said, everything is different for everybody. We may all have the same diagnoses. We may have the same feeling of what we're going through, but it's going to react differently in all of us.
Exactly. And so I appreciated that. So that's why when I had a client of mine, she recently had a baby, and I told her, I said, listen, I get where you're going to be.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw her the other day, and she was like, I'm not doing good. And I'm like, I'm here. I was like, you don't have to come get your nails, and I don't need you to come.
You can come and sit and talk.
I said, but if you just want to come, and I know her experience, right? Mm-hmm. Because I was there through her trying to conceive. So I get how she's feeling right now. And I told her, I was like, you don't have to. Mm-mm. But this is what I'm saying. Yes, the hoods, we joke around, we say they're ghetto, but if you don't build community,
they're going to be extra ghetto because you're going to be going through the hood alone.
Right.
You can't go through any of these hoods alone. You need a support village. You need a support system.
Right.
And you need a village. You need both of them to survive.
Right.
And if you have a partner, that's fantastic. They can be part of the support system in the village.
And they won't fully understand everything either.
Right. Exactly. Like a village is a group of people that are there to support you. A village is not one person.
Right.
So you have to take that into consideration as well as you are going through these hoods and you are thriving to succeed in all of them. You need people, not a person.
Yeah.
You also can't put all of that weight on a person. That's not fair.
That's not fair to them either. Yeah.
Right. So the hood.
I never shared that with you.
You didn't.
Yeah.
And I remember you being pregnant. I don't remember you giving birth, obviously, but I remember when Mimi was here. Like I remember all of that. I definitely didn't know that she was colicky.
And she was a strap-on baby.
She was. You never saw her out of that strap, and she would give you the side eye in that strap.
And she was comfortable in that strap, baby. She was a strap-on baby. That's probably why she's all the time is huggy, huggy, huggy.
It is. That actually makes a great sense because I never saw her out and about walking.
She walked.
She did. No, but like if I saw you and I saw her, she was on you. She wasn't on the ground. She was on you.
Yeah.
9 out of 10 times.
It was just easier to carry her.
Plus those stairs were annoying.
Oof.
Girl, I don't know.
How'd y'all manage to do that though?
I don't know.
2 locations with stairs?
Don't ask me.
That's part of the adulthood.
The hoods are ghetto.
The business hood?
Entrepreneurship hood. It's still ghetto.
It is very ghetto. Because why? Why?
It's fun.
Let me tell you something.
But it's ghetto.
I'm doing better now.
Ooh, I know what this one is.
But
ghetto.
I need to understand. It's entrepreneurship hood. It's fucking ghetto. Because you don't get no sick days.
No. You sick? Girl, you gotta work.
And that's exactly what happened. I was looking like death.
So, shit.
My clients came in and was like, you all right?
Nah, I'm not.
I got the mask on. I'm like, yeah, come on.
Sure. Let me do your nails real quick. Here's sanitizer. Okay, we good. It's not funny.
Listen, nails came out bomb still.
So, of course they did. Just because you sick don't mean your skill took a back seat. Your skill was still up in front.
I'm surprised I was able to function.
You're funny. The thing about your entrepreneurship hood is that you're doing it solo, right? So with me and my partner,
you at least have some.
It's a quick.
Yeah.
Yo, I don't feel good. Can you handle the business today? Oh yeah, you go to sleep. You take a nap, girl, because I don't need your germs up in the studio.
Yeah,
and you don't need my germs up in the studio, so I understand.
But even with us, because I was like, I don't know if we could record today.
You stay home and get some sleep, because I'm not dealing with your germs either. Right. We can wait. Trust me. and believe we can wait.
Yep.
I just got over sickness. I ain't going back.
I ain't going down.
You can't take me back. Nope. I ain't doing it. I saw it.
Listen.
Okay. So basically what we saying, the hoods are ghetto.
Ghetto, 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 ghetto.
Ghetto, ghetto.
J.
I'm Ghetto. Ghetto. Find your village, y'all. Please find your village. That's how we gonna survive these ghettos together. That's how we gonna survive these ghettos together. Find your village. Hey, Wispies. Thanks for joining us for another hard-hitting girl talk. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to like and subscribe on your podcast listening platforms. See you next time, Wispies.